Absolutely. I mean, if I'm trying to get a table at a restaurant and I think it's going to be tricky, I ask someone to mention my name. I mean, I don't do it myself. I could never do that. Oh my God, I'd be so embarrassed. It doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't. No, that's the worst.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's why I can't do it myself.
You try and wield it.
Hi, it's Michael Sheen here. Is there sorry, who?
Hello.
All right, Martin Sheen here. Any chance of a table? Oh yes, Martin, lovely. Yeah.
You know, it comes down to, like you say, it comes down to this unlikely friendship that has spanned the millennia. And you get to do that with Michael every day. It was a joy, it was a treat, you know, just to get to play these scenes and to... it could have been awful, could have been terrible, because every day it was pretty much us sitting often like this on a park bench discussing the end of the world. But, you know, we just got to play every day.
And it would be there would be ridiculous moments like where where we would turn up to do a scene both in full suits of armour. And just sort of looking at each other doing these things, or being at Shakespeare's Globe in full Elizabethan outfits.
It certainly never got boring, this show.
Yeah, it was always
never
a joy.
dull second.
And I think he just sort of falls in love with Crowley over the hundreds and hundreds, the millennia that they spend together. And so that helps, because David is very easy to fall in love with. And so I just spend most of my time just gazing at him lovingly.
Otherwise, I married the wrong person. Maybe I should have married Michael Sheen.
Are you suggesting that we're some sort of ventriloquist act? Who's got their hand up who in this metaphor that you're...
That's something the public may never find the answer to.
Ladies and gentlemen, answers on a postcard, please. Who's got their hand up whose bottom?
But you never see both of our hands at the same time.
Never.
Only one at a time. Yeah.
The demon Crowley has to be very cool and have a swagger. And David, there's no one better than David to do that.
And there's no one more intrinsically good than Michael Sheen.
I don't know about that.
You know, David Tennant is a very attractive man. I think we all know that.
The joy for me was that I got to do that with Michael Sheen, who's an actor that I've always admired and a human being who I like hugely.
And it's mainly messing about over, you know, our laptop with my friend David, who I've worked with before and who I love.
And it was easier for me because I decided that early on that Aziraphale just loves Crowley. And that's difficult for him because they're on opposite sides and, you know, he doesn't agree with him on stuff. Yeah. But it does really help as an actor to go, my objective in this scene is to not show you how much I love you. And just gaze longingly at you all the time. That really does help.
But then Crowley absolutely loves Aziraphale and hates that he loves him. It's really annoying for him. Yeah, so they're both going through that, I think.
There is a sort of wonderful love story in this, and I think it's sort of, I think a lot of fans of the book kind of like that when they think about the characters in whatever, you know, there's an interesting kind of love story going on, and it's never explicit in this, but it's there.
Canteen culture. This is all in block capitals.
So shout it. You need to shout it.
I'm gonna do it in the spirit of how it was written.
Good.
David, what has happened to your hair? Answer.
It's what has happened.
What has happened to your hair?
Well, I think my angel has got a lot of devil in him, and David's demon has got a good soul.
Yes, he's not that bad, really.
Yeah.
They complete each other. They are the yin to each other's yang.
You had me at hell. Hey?
Yeah,
how about that?
Nice,
I just made that one up.
Very good, very good. But it is, you know, you're right. It's a buddy movie, really. They are bound together through all eternity.
They're sort of the ultimate odd couple.
Yeah.
It's got a rom-com thing to it, you know. You've got these two characters who sort of don't get along to begin with. So you know they're going to end up in each other's arms, psychologically speaking.
Yeah, at least.
I mean, I was asked this before, and at the risk of embarrassing it, someone said, what's the biggest challenge about playing the part? And genuinely, the biggest challenge was being in scenes with David and just enjoying watching what he was doing so much that it would, you know, be in danger of like me just stopping acting and going, oh, that's very good what you're doing there. I really like that bit.
Episodes. But yeah, now that I've had a taste of working with David, I only want to work with him.
What's it like watching each other? Well, you've obviously seen each other's work, but never actually been on set together. Well, so is it a strange thing kind of watching?
Genuinely, the hardest thing about working with David is as we're doing a scene together, I'm just there going, oh, that's very good. And I forget to say my lines. So that is the hardest thing about it.
It's fun, though. It's, you know, when you're working with someone that's genuinely inspiring, you kind of go, oh, this is fun. I like being on set. This is great. But if you've got someone, Michael, you know you're going to get sort of inspired in the scene. It's going to be fun. And you don't want to sort of let him down, I suppose. You want to think, well, he's great and he's creative and he's sparky and he's... you want to sort of be matching that.
We've known each other for a long time, and I've been a huge fan of David's work. So when we came to be able to act together, you never know how it's going to go until you actually start doing it. But it was sort of beyond my wildest dreams.
This is it, we're like a comedy duo now. Ah! Yeah, we've both won the prize.
So me and my sidekick?
If you like, yeah, sure, let's go with that. Yeah, your comedy sidekick.
Okay. I'm so glad that they're giving awards to the little people these days as well. That's so lovely.
Isn't it? It's nice that we...
He manages to be very scary and alarmingly attractive as a Mary Poppins.
Oh, shush now.
Which is something I could not be accused of as the gardener.
Yes, Aziraphale goes undercover as the gardener.
Yes, which is also an amazing costume.
An amazing transformation.
Yes, I was particularly proud of the team.
It's your Laurence Olivier moment, isn't it?
It really is. I see a spin-off. Just the gardener and the nanny.
Yeah.
They are together forever. They are the yin and yang, really. They should be mortal enemies, but really they're best friends.
And they've sort of like, there's a bit of each of them in each other. Not to be graphic, but they're like, they've been keeping us apart for so long.
I know, it's been a long time coming.
The dam burst.